For decades, speculation has surrounded a lost letter from Marcus Lamb to his wife Joni Lamb that could reveal hidden truths about his final years of life and the future of their ministry. Now, after years of being kept secret, the letter has finally been discovered, raising more questions than answers. Why did Marcus feel the need to write to Joni at the end of his life? Was it a plea for forgiveness, a message of love, or something the Lamb family wanted buried forever? What if everything we believe about Marcus Lamb and his legacy could be changed by one letter? The letter from Marcus to Joni, now revealed after so many years, holds the answers. They had spent decades together, but what was it that Marcus wanted to say to her privately? Something hidden for so long, possibly a message he could never fully express in public. Marcus Lamb was known for his deeply personal, sometimes raw communications, filled with thoughts and emotions he couldn't share with the world. Rumors surrounding the letter. Shocking details exposed about Joni Lamb. For years, Jimmy and Joni Lamb were seen as a model of faith and family values. Their ministry, built on principles of love, unity, and devotion, had a strong following, and they were admired by many for their unwavering commitment to their work and each other. But when rumors started swirling around a secret letter written by Marcus Lamb to Joni, everything began to unravel. What was supposed to be a personal, private matter suddenly became a public spectacle, sparking a wave of speculation and gossip that would change how people saw the Lambs forever. The letter, which had been kept under wraps for years, was said to contain shocking details about their personal lives that no one outside their inner circle had ever known. Whispers started circulating that the letter revealed a side of their marriage that was far from the perfect image they had projected to the world. Some claimed that Marcus had written the letter in the final months of his life, reflecting on the struggles he faced within their marriage and ministry. Others speculated that the letter contained confessions about the challenges Joni had faced behind closed doors, from personal doubts about their ministry to her complex relationships with those in their circle. The rumors quickly grew, with some even suggesting that the letter contained a final message from Marcus to Joni, one that she wasn't meant to share with anyone else. Fans and critics alike began to speculate about what could be in the letter. Some believed it held confessions about financial issues within their ministry, potentially revealing secrets about the money that had been flowing into their hands for years. There were rumors that Joni had been hiding her own personal struggles, possibly related to family matters or decisions she had made that hadn't been fully understood by their followers. As the details of the letter started to leak, many began to question whether the Lamb's ministry had been built on solid ground, or if the image they had cultivated was nothing more than a facade. The more the rumors spread, the more the public's perception of Joni began to shift. What was once a powerful, revered figure in the Christian community was now being scrutinized, with some fans feeling betrayed by the idea that their idol might not have been the person they thought. As the speculation grew, the question of whether the letter would ever be fully revealed hung in the air. Would Joni share its contents, or would she keep its secrets locked away forever? The public was hungry for answers, but what they didn't realize was that the true story of Marcus and Joni Lamb's relationship might be far more complex and painful than they could ever imagine. What was in the letter? Media and fan reactions. The contents of the letter were a bombshell, and when they were finally revealed to the public, it felt as if the ground beneath the gospel music community had been shaken to its very core. The letter, written by Marcus Lamb to his wife Joni just months before his death, contained raw, deeply personal reflections on their marriage, their ministry, and the struggles they had faced behind closed doors. For years, Marcus and Joni had been seen as pillars of faith, their marriage and ministry an example of Christian devotion and success. But now the public was confronted with a side of their relationship that few had ever imagined. When the letter first surfaced, the media went into a frenzy. It was as if the story had been waiting to be told, and now the floodgates had opened. The letter, carefully penned by Marcus, was filled with reflections on his love for Joni, but also touched on the deep struggles they had faced in their personal lives. For the first time, Marcus admitted to feeling burdened by the weight of their ministry and the toll it had taken on their relationship. He confessed that, despite their outward appearance of unity and strength, there were times when he questioned whether he was truly the man Joni needed him to be. The letter also revealed that, in his final months, Marcus had begun to question the direction of their ministry, wondering if they had become too focused on the public image and not enough on the quiet, intimate aspects of their faith. The most shocking revelation, however, came when Marcus mentioned some of the personal struggles Joni had faced. For the first time, he spoke openly about the pressures Joni had been under, not only as his wife but as a public figure and leader in their ministry. He acknowledged the sacrifices she had made, the emotional toll of being in the spotlight, and the struggles she had kept hidden from the public eye. Marcus expressed deep regret that at times he had not been as supportive as he should have been, particularly when Joni faced the weight of criticism and pressure from both within the ministry and from the public. He spoke about the emotional distance that had sometimes crept into their relationship and how he wished they had spent more time nurturing their connection rather than getting caught up in the demands of their ministry. For many, the letter was a revelation, a glimpse into the struggles and imperfections that had been hidden behind the polished image of the Lambs. The media, always hungry for a story, immediately began dissecting every word, analyzing the implications of Marcus's confessions. Some outlets praised Marcus for his vulnerability, noting that the letter revealed a man who was deeply self-aware and regretful of the things he had not done. Others, however, were more critical. They pointed to the letter as evidence that Marcus had failed in his duties, both as a husband and as a leader. For those who had idolized the Lambs, the letter felt like a betrayal, as if the couple's carefully crafted image of perfection had been nothing more than an illusion. Fans of the Lambs, who had followed them for years, reacted in a range of ways. Some were moved by Marcus's words, feeling that the letter humanized the couple in a way they had never seen before. They appreciated the raw honesty with which Marcus spoke about his faults and the pain of their marriage, feeling a deeper connection to the Lambs as a result. Many saw the letter as an opportunity for healing, an acknowledgement that even the most well-known Christian leaders face the same struggles and doubts that others do. For these fans, the letter served as a reminder that no one, not even the most revered figures in the faith, is immune to the challenges of life. Others, however, were less forgiving. For some, the letter shattered the image they had held of Marcus and Joni Lamb. The couple had long been seen as symbols of faith and stability, and now their private struggles were laid bare for the world to see. Fans who had once seen them as perfect examples of Christian marriage and ministry felt betrayed by the contents of the letter. Some questioned whether Marcus had truly been the leader he appeared to be, while others wondered if Joni was hiding more than just emotional struggles. The letter became a symbol of the cracks in their marriage and ministry, leading some followers to question everything they had believed about the Lambs. The media's response was no less divided. Some outlets focused on the emotional aspects of the letter, highlighting Marcus's vulnerability and the pain he expressed about his relationship with Joni. They framed the letter as a confession, an opportunity for Marcus to finally speak his truth and take accountability for his actions. Others, however, saw the letter as a sign of weakness. They focused on the fact that Marcus had admitted to feeling inadequate and questioned his leadership abilities. To them, the letter was not a source of redemption, but an admission of failure, both personally and professionally. Joni Lamb, too, was thrust into the spotlight as the letter made its rounds through the media. For her, the letter was a reminder of the personal battles she had faced over the years. It painted a picture of a woman who had silently endured the pressures of being married to one of the most prominent figures in the Christian world, all while trying to maintain her own identity and faith. The letter, with its references to Joni's struggles, raised new questions about her role within the ministry. Had she been too focused on maintaining the public image of the Lamb family? Had she been too involved in the ministry at the cost of her own well-being? Fans and critics alike began to scrutinize her every move, wondering if the woman they had seen on stage was the same as the one Marcus had written about in the letter. In the aftermath of the letter's release, Joni's role in the ministry became a subject of intense speculation. Some wondered if this would be the end of her career as a public figure, while others believed that the letter could mark a turning point for her. Could Joni use the revelations in the letter to change the narrative around her? Could she emerge from the shadow of Marcus's confession and build her own path forward? The public once again was divided on whether Joni would be able to recover from the fallout, or whether the damage would be permanent. As the media frenzy surrounding the letter continued, Joni remained relatively silent, offering only brief comments about how difficult it had been to read the words Marcus had written. She spoke of her love for him and her commitment to continuing the work they had started together. But it was clear that the letter had taken an emotional toll on her. For Joni, the letter was not just a public scandal, it was a personal reminder of the flaws in her marriage and the struggles they had faced as a couple. Whether she would ever be able to fully process the contents of that letter and what it meant for her future remained uncertain. The letter in many ways changed the way the public viewed the Lambs. What had once seemed like a perfect, untouchable couple was now exposed as vulnerable and imperfect. The letter served as a reminder that even those who appear to have it all together are battling their own demons, and that the public image of perfection is often just that, a carefully curated image. For Marcus and Joni Lamb, the letter would always be a part of their story, one that would forever shape their legacy, for better or worse. As the public continued to react to the revelations contained within the letter, one thing was certain: Marcus and Joni Lamb's story had changed, and how they would move forward from this moment was anyone's guess. Rumors about Joni Lamb. Following the shocking revelations surrounding Marcus Lamb's secret letter, the rumors about Joni Lamb began to swirl with increasing intensity. What had once been a private matter, Marcus's final reflections and confessions, soon became fodder for a public spectacle. As details from the letter became known, questions started to surface about Joni's personal life, her role within their ministry, and what had really been going on behind the scenes of the Lamb family's carefully constructed public image. It wasn't long before whispers about Joni began to dominate conversations. The letter had painted a picture of a woman who had carried the weight of not just her own struggles, but those of her husband, Marcus, and their massive ministry. Some saw her as a devoted wife, caught in a difficult and sometimes thankless position. But others began to wonder if there was more to the story. For years, Joni had been seen as the rock behind Marcus, the one who stood beside him in their shared mission to spread the word of God. But the rumors suggested that there was a side to Joni that the public hadn't seen, one that had been hidden in the shadows of their ministry's success. Some speculated that Joni had been more involved in the day-to-day operations of their ministry than she had let on. While Marcus was often the face of their broadcasts and public appearances, Joni had her own significant influence behind the scenes. According to some rumors, she had been the driving force behind many of the ministry's decisions, particularly when it came to finances. The whispers suggested that she might have been the one to steer their financial strategies, making decisions that were more about maintaining the Lamb family's wealth and influence than staying true to the humble teachings they had once promoted. These rumors were fueled by the fact that the Lambs had amassed significant wealth over the years, with multiple properties, lavish living arrangements, and a lifestyle that seemed at odds with the message they preached. Others whispered about Joni's personal life, claiming that the pressures of their ministry had taken a toll on her emotionally. Some said that Joni had struggled with feelings of isolation, often working long hours without the emotional support she needed. There were murmurs of her growing distance from Marcus in the final years of his life, suggesting that their once united front was beginning to crack. Fans who had once seen Joni as the ideal partner for Marcus now questioned whether their marriage was as strong as it had appeared. Some even suggested that Marcus had written the letter as a final attempt to address the distance that had grown between them. Was this a woman who had been emotionally overwhelmed by the demands of ministry? Or was there something deeper, something hidden, that no one was willing to talk about? Even more troubling were the rumors of her personal relationships outside of the ministry. Some speculated that Joni had been involved in relationships that went beyond what was considered appropriate for a woman in her position. There were whispers about secret affairs, relationships with other high-profile figures within their ministry, and even accusations that she had used her position to manipulate people for her own gain. These rumors spread quickly, and while some were purely speculative, others claimed that they had seen the signs of tension between Joni and Marcus that hinted at something more serious. The public's view of her began to shift, from that of a supportive wife and devoted partner to one of a more calculating and secretive figure. As the rumors grew, the media began to pick up on the story. The pressure on Joni increased as reporters and tabloid writers sought to dig deeper into her life. Every move she made was analyzed, and every statement she gave was scrutinized. The media often painted her as a woman hiding in the shadows of her husband's career, someone whose personal life and motivations were shrouded in mystery. They speculated about her role in the ministry's financial dealings, her influence over Marcus, and the dynamics of their relationship. Some media outlets began to suggest that Joni might have known more about the secrets Marcus had been keeping, including his doubts about the ministry and the strain in their marriage. As the pressure mounted, Joni herself began to retreat from the public eye. She made fewer appearances, and when she did, her public statements were brief and cautious. This only fueled the rumors further. Many fans who had once admired Joni for her strength and unwavering support of Marcus now wondered if she was hiding something. The longer she stayed silent, the more the rumors grew, and the more people began to speculate about what she was really going through. Joni's supporters, however, were quick to defend her. Many of them saw the rumors as nothing more than an attack on a woman who had spent years in the service of God, working alongside her husband to build their ministry. They argued that the speculation about Joni's personal life was unfair and unfounded. They pointed to her years of dedication to the ministry, her role in helping to spread their message, and her commitment to their mission. To them, the rumors were simply the result of jealousy or a desire to tear down someone who had achieved success. But as the months went on, even Joni's most loyal supporters began to question whether they had known the real woman behind the public figure. Was she the devoted wife and mother she had portrayed? Or was there more to the story? The rumors about her personal life, her role in the ministry, and her relationship with Marcus continued to swirl, and many began to wonder whether the truth would ever come to light. The question of Joni's future in the ministry began to loom large as the rumors continued to mount. Could she continue leading the ministry as she had before, or would she be forced to step down and distance herself from the controversy? If the rumors about her behavior were true, would her position within the ministry be in jeopardy? Some believed that the public's perception of Joni had been forever changed, and that no matter how much she tried to move forward, the shadows of the rumors would follow her. Others believed that, with time, she could recover, especially if she came clean about her past and made an effort to address the concerns that had been raised about her actions. There were also those who felt that Joni should be given a chance to rebuild her reputation. They argued that the rumors, while damaging, didn't define who she was as a person. Everyone had their struggles, and the pressure of running a large ministry could take its toll. If Joni could prove that she was still committed to the ministry's mission and to her faith, they believed that she could regain the trust of her followers. But whether that would be enough to overcome the years of speculation and doubt remained uncertain. The truth was that no one knew for sure what the future held for Joni Lamb. The rumors had shaken the foundation of her life and career, and it was unclear how she would navigate the storm. Would she embrace the challenges head-on, seeking redemption and a fresh start? Or would she retreat from the spotlight, leaving the ministry behind to seek peace in a quieter life? Whatever the outcome, one thing was clear. Joni Lamb's future, both personally and professionally, had been forever altered by the rumors, and how she responded to them would shape the rest of her life. What could happen to Joni Lamb? Joni Lamb's future, in the wake of the rumors and revelations that have rocked her life and ministry, is uncertain. What seemed like a secure, well-established public image of a woman of faith, dedicated to her husband and ministry, has been upended by whispered secrets and the fallout from Marcus Lamb's letter. The questions surrounding her are not just about what she's done, but who she really is. The image of the perfect, supportive wife and ministry leader has been called into question, and now Joni faces an uncertain path forward. In the immediate aftermath of the scandal, Joni could very well find herself in the most difficult period of her life. The media spotlight, which had once shone on her as a beacon of strength and grace, is now focusing on every move she makes. The rumors surrounding her about her personal life, her role in the ministry, and the allegations of her behavior have created a public storm she must navigate. How she handles this intense period of scrutiny will define what happens next for her. One of the most immediate challenges Joni faces is the potential collapse of her public career. The gospel ministry world can be incredibly unforgiving when its most prominent figures fall from grace. The Lamb's ministry was built on a reputation of integrity, trust, and faithfulness. As public figures, they had set an example of what it meant to live a life of devotion to God and their mission. But the rumors that emerged surrounding Joni, rumors of financial mismanagement, personal affairs, and questionable behavior behind closed doors, are a sharp contradiction to that image. The public is quick to turn on those they once admired, especially when the foundation of that admiration is shaken. If Joni cannot repair her image and rebuild the trust she has lost, the ministry she and Marcus built could collapse. Without the support of her followers, donors, and fans, the Lamb's ministry would struggle to stay afloat. Joni's role as the face of the ministry has been deeply tied to her personal identity. She had long been seen as the supportive, graceful wife standing alongside Marcus, but now she may have to reassess what role she will play in the future. The pressure could force her to step down, at least temporarily, to distance herself from the growing scandal. For someone who has dedicated so much of her life to the work of the ministry, this could be devastating. Stepping away from the public eye may feel like a defeat, but it could also provide her the space needed to reflect, recalibrate, and figure out the next step in her journey. However, there's a chance that Joni could decide to fight to reclaim her place in the public eye. In order to do this, she would need to acknowledge the damage the rumors have caused and take concrete steps to address them. She may begin by making a public statement, perhaps an open apology for any role she played in the rumors and her actions. Public accountability is often the first step in regaining public trust. The apology would need to be sincere, showing that she understands the weight of the scandal and is truly remorseful for the mistakes that have been made. However, it's important to note that simply apologizing may not be enough. The public is quick to judge, and words alone are often not enough to undo the damage that has been done. The path to rebuilding her reputation would be long and difficult. Joni would need to prove that she has changed, that she is still the woman of faith and integrity she once appeared to be. She might begin to make amends by focusing on personal growth and transparency. For instance, she could start by making her personal journey public, speaking openly about the struggles she's faced, the lessons she's learned, and the way she's working to improve herself.